believe it or not, outdoor jobs can actually pay the bills. And I can say that because I've actually made a full-time income out on the water taking people fishing. But it's not just limited to fishing charters and things like that. It can be, I've seen it in all sorts of different industries, from hunting to like just outdoor sports, skiing, like rafting, stuff like that. And a lot of people kind of look at it as like, oh, like, yeah, it'd be a cool side hustle or something like that. But they don't actually realize that there is like legit income potential to it. And it's because at the end of the day, all it really boils down to is you're offering something that other people want. And really at the heart of the offer of all of those things is that you're saving people time. So like everyone that just looks at it through like, oh, like how could you make like a legit income like doing these outdoor activities and stuff like that, all it really comes down to is like, all right, well, for example, I'll use fishing charters. So I take people out fishing on the boat, obviously, and we catch fish and I clean them and blah, 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 and I do the whole process for them. So they basically pay me, whatever, $400 or $500, and I take them out for like a half day and we fish, and then that's it, and then they're done. And when you really look into it, you realize how much that saves them. Like, okay, if they just want to do that a couple times a year, okay, maybe they spend $1,000, $1,500 on going fishing a couple weekends a year. Unless you're a hardcore fisherman, and maybe you're fine with fishing a couple times a year. Okay, well, the other option would be they can go out and buy a boat, which costs tens of thousands of dollars. They could go and buy a bunch of different rods and all the gear and all the electronics and everything that goes along with that, which also costs thousands of dollars. And then, even if they did do that, which they could have booked dozens and dozens of charters for, even then, they would have to still go out and get a bunch of learning experience in by themselves. And they'd have to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours out on the water learning how to actually reliably and I'm getting caught up on my words here, but they'd have to learn how to actually reliably and consistently catch fish. And then they would be at the point where they could just do it all on their own, right? Still no, because now they still have to pay for upkeep on the boat. Now they still have to pay for the gas, and then it's all on them. They're the one that has to clean the fish. They're not getting a done-for-you service, which some people like to do it themselves. But for the people who just like the actual outcome and they just want to go fishing, catch fish, not have to worry about it, think about it, anything like that, you really start to realize what a valuable service it is to people. And it's the same thing in other industries, which I haven't done in other industries, but same thing with hunting. You want to go out and scout a bunch of land for hours and hours, for months and months and months and years, and figure out the animal patterns depending on the season, and not to mention build a cabin so that you have somewhere to stay, unless you just want to stay in a tent all the time. Like, there's all this stuff that goes into it, and it's actually really hard for just your normal everyday person to be able to duplicate your results, because let's just flip the script real quick. I don't want this video to go for too long, but something that would be really easy to duplicate would be like if you pay somebody to mow your lawn. Well, not only is that not a fun task, but you could just go to Home Depot and buy a push lawnmower for, I don't know, a couple $100 maybe. And then you could come home, you could read the instruction manual real quick, and you could start pushing the lawnmower around and mow your own lawn. And it's not that hard to figure out. Whereas a lot of these other things, it takes so much experience. Like, it doesn't take a lot of experience to figure out how to mow a lawn. It takes a lot of experience to learn how to catch fish, how to put people on, animals to hunt them, and to learn how to, I don't know, whitewater raft down the Grand Canyon or something like that. Like, that takes some experience. You don't just read an instruction manual real quick and figure it out. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think people just kind of like look at it and they're like, oh yeah, like they look at it as like a hobby business or something like that. But it's actually like, there's a lot to it, and I wish more people would like appreciate the value that actually comes with it. Like, you're giving someone a couple $100 in exchange for years and years and years of knowledge and tens of thousands of dollars of equipment. Like, I don't know about you, but that seems like a pretty good trade to me.